Starting. Mute this one. Testy testies. Come on.
Oh.
Hold up.
Alright,
Gotta let it catch up.
Yeah.
See? What are we, roughly? That's shit.
Mm.
Okay. I guess the internet will catch up eventually.
It will.
Right. Nothing is uploading. Yeah. I guess. Okie dokie. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to podcast 11. Today, we're together.
Yeah.
It's been a very long time,
Yeah.
and we've finally. Well. Hi.
Yeah.
I've actually
Yeah.
been here all night since
Um,
yesterday,
Yeah.
so we just haven't seen each other in a very long time.
Yes,
So
we
we just decided to do the podcast together this time instead of over the internet lately. But before we actually begin in the podcast, this is podcast 11. Last month, the podcast 12 is happening in a couple more hours.
Basically, what happened is we had a bit of technical difficulties with the internet and stuff, and we just couldn't do it for some weird reason, and we just decided to do this for this one. The podcast 12 will be happening
In a few hours.
In a few hours. So
After this one, I think it'll be, close to 4 o'clock or something.
yeah. So for those who go and check that out, well, there you go.
Yeah. So that'll be quite cool. A new setup. We've actually got a dual mic setup.
Yeah.
And they're both broadcasting. We've got one sitting right here.
We got a mic right here. We got a mic right
And
here.
we've got a mic over there. And then we've got the one on the laptop that's not activated.
Yeah, because it's a shitty mic.
Yes. As you could probably tell from half of the gaming videos that Fez has done.
Yeah.
So, but we've sorted his audio out too, by the way, which is actually really
But
good.
since I'm going to be using this mic, it's going to be slightly better in audio.
So, it's all new setup, all new equipment, so
Yeah.
finally getting it all together,
So yeah.
which is quite good. So, we've got the chat over there.
Yeah.
The internet's still trying to catch up, it's still a little
Do
pixelated.
you want me to actually keep an eye on that? Because to tell the truth, I didn't sort of prepare for this, and I can sort of do the comments and stuff. So yeah.
Yeah, it's like for some reason it's still a little pixelated, like wait for the internet to catch up.
So yeah, he has a PS4. I don't.
Yeah,
I have a
PS4
PS3. So it's hard for me to actually start playing these recent new games because, well, PS4.
Yeah. Well, I got Fallout 4, I got No Man's Sky, I've been playing a bit of Dying Light, which pisses me off. I got 7 Days to Die, which I did a stream on it, but I streamed on my personal channel by accident. So you'll be editing that up into highlights and all that, so you'll see that on the channel very soon. But I will try and stream. But for those in Australia, like we're in Australia, the time I stream is around about like 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning, where the internet's quite decent to actually properly stream.
Yeah.
And if you've seen any internet connection, you know our upload speed is around about 1.2 megabits.
So in other words, Australia's internet is shite.
Yeah, but we're slowly getting NBN, but the place of where we're living now won't have NBN for 3 years, so you won't be seeing actual proper good quality streams for a very long time.
Yeah.
You know, I was streaming in TAFE, So that was the only part where you could stream. And I no longer tape. I'm no longer a student.
So,
Yes.
yeah.
But yeah.
Now that he's got all this freedom, he doesn't know what to do with it,
I
which
don't
is...
have freedom. I've got a lot of work still.
Yeah, but you got slightly more freedom. I think it just crashed.
Wow.
Wow.
Okay. Well, we're still live, so apparently the camera crashed, but we're still outputting.
Yep, there it goes. So,
And that's actually very weird.
sorry for that.
I have no idea. It's Google Hangouts, okay?
Yeah.
Like, it's just easy to click start on Google Hangouts because the way I was streaming, I was using OBS Studio.
Your laptop is burning.
Yeah, I know, it's hot. I know, it's like... What's that number?
64, 65.
Okay, 64 to 65 degrees my laptop is. Doesn't feel that hot, doesn't it?
No, but if you...
Yeah, I know, yeah. So yeah, few things to talk about, or not like as much as we'd like, but there's a few things, starting with the new Skyrim, which is your part.
What you mean, the PS4 version, which was basically, instead of making the next Elder Scrolls, they decided to remaster the old game into the new system, which, yes,
yeah,
I say is a good idea because, first of all, it's a great game, but second of all, why remaster it when you can freaking bring out the next one, which we've been waiting on?
Well, apparently, I'm not too sure if I read it correctly, but they did bring out multiplayer.
So?
Yeah, it's like...
Oh, great.
Yeah. Like you could play anyway.
Yeah.
Like, at the moment, like, the internet is, like, it's midday. We do podcasts in the middle of the day, which is 12 p.m. Australian Eastern Daylight Time.
Roughly around about lunchtime, so...
Yeah, around about lunchtime. So after this, we usually stop around about 1 o'clock, which is when we go and grab lunch.
Yeah.
So, and we won't be back for this month's podcast until around about 4 o'clock. So a little bit later, because we gotta wait for YouTube to encode this live stream and actually publish it properly.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I don't know if I've posted, like, saying we're live yet.
Yeah, well, technically is.
Blah blah blah.
It's live, but it's technically like...
Yep, there it is.
I have a feeling it's like 15 seconds behind or something. Like, it's really far behind the actual live commentary.
Well, it'll tell you. It's 13 seconds.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's pretty cool.
Anyway, you want to talk about No Man's Sky?
So No Man's Sky, I played it when it come out, right? And then I didn't do any like YouTube videos. I did like little highlights, like little bits and pieces, and I just posted it to my personal Facebook. And then everyone's just like, "Wow, what the hell did you do?" Because I landed on a tree.
Oh yeah, that one.
You saw that one? Yeah, I landed on a tree.
I didn't
mined
see it,
the tree.
I heard it from you. You were talking to me about it once.
Oh,
How you landed on a tree and you chopped down the tree, and the spaceship stayed in the sky, and you had to use your jetpack to get up.
Well, not really use my jetpack. I just jumped, and then I held my button. I think it's square to get in or something. And then I just got in, and I took off, and I'm like, did I break something? You know, is there gravity?
Yeah, well, when you think about it, there's a lot of sections of the game where you can just basically just mow like an entire mountainside. You can go through it and like pop it out, and there's nothing supporting it. This giant mountain in the middle of the air, but with like
when you mine the what is it, titanium or something in the big pillars.
Anything.
Well, there's big pillars, and I mined out the bottom because I'm like, oh yeah, you know, it'll fall. I'm like, And it didn't. So I just had to mine this way, and then up, and then up, and up, and up, and up.
Which is
and then
annoying for people who want to play the game for
Yeah.
realistic value, because
But I
then
actually
they'll
haven't
just
played
end
it
up.
in a while.
Yeah.
I haven't played it in a while. Like, it's sitting, right, the case is sitting next to my PS4 with the disc still in it. And then I'm like, the other night, I think it was like Thursday night or something, I'm like, what game can I play? And then I was, because most of my games are digital, but I only have a few discs, so I'm like, Fallout 4, which is another game I got, nah. No Man's Sky, nah. And then I'm like, I'll play some Dying Light. I finished the mission that I was on, and I just turned the entire PS4 off because I knew if I played another mission, I would have smashed everything inside.
Yeah. Apparently, it's unplayable if you're
on my opinion, it is unplayable on your own unless you want to die half a billion times to complete the mission.
So in other words, if you're playing it solo, it's just like Dark Souls.
Yeah. Yes.
So yeah,
Definitely.
there you go.
So, but I was playing with a mate, right? Like my first playthrough of Dying Light, I played it on my own. I've completed the first couple of levels, and then my mate got the game and he completed the same couple of levels. And then he's like, "Oh, did you get Dying Light 2?" And I'm like, "Yeah." So he's like, "Do you want to play together?" And I'm like, "Yeah, sure," kind of thing. We played Dying Light all night. Took us. There's about 10 hours. Or around about like, well, I usually sleep for about 9-10 hours, so that means from the time that I would have went to bed, by the time we finished the game, we finished it in just under, I think it's like 17 odd hours. We finished Dying Light in like 17 hours.
Yeah, well. Yeah.
Just us two. And it's taken me, I think it took me like 4 hours Thursday night to complete one mission. So I'm like, this is fucking stupid. So
in other words, they thought that very good storytelling is having an incredibly hard common.
You know, if the missions were a lot easier, then I wouldn't mind playing it like on a regular basis.
Yeah, well.
Same with Fallout 4. Like I've gotten to a mission where I just keep dying over and over again. If I spawn, like when I spawn in or when I load into the world,
Oh, no
there's
way.
this one spot that, you know, someone hits me in the back or I get shot and I have no simpacks left. So I've got to literally run and try and dodge, and I've got broken legs, broken arms. I move slow as all hell. A snail could beat me in a race. That's how slow I am.
So
in
you're
this
saying
mission.
Fallout 4's system is slightly broken?
Kind of. But it's fun. Like, I built my house and, Mum was watching me play because the PS4's in the lounge room. Well, was in the lounge room. It's in my room now. Because it just got too noisy when I wanted to play multiplayer. And when I was talking to mates on the party chat, my little sister just wouldn't shut up kind of thing. So I've just moved it all upstairs kind of thing. So it's quiet, you know. The only thing is, the way that Dad turned around and said, and he's like, "You move it up the stairs, you can get an internet." And I'm like, "I got 4G data, it's faster than anything at the moment." But the only thing is I go through it like hell. So I've cut down on the online, I've cut down on the parties, I'm just playing single player. And most of my games aren't.
I do most of my stuff as single player because
You don't have internet.
I don't have internet over there. And when I do play more than one player, it's usually
It's split screen.
which is, if I have to say, slightly more fun because you can actually
you can physically talk to them. You can
you don't have to worry about voice chat just immediately shut down.
the latency and internet connectivity. Like for some reason, like even sometimes my phone drops when it is connected to PS4. Sometimes it drops out, and then if I get a message, you're not in a party due to network
difficulties, blah blah blah.
Connections, difficulty, blah blah blah, all that other random crap, and I'm like, okay, yeah. So
in other words, it's just another Thursday.
everyone knows Bent's right, or what do you call himself? Ricardo or some crap you might remember him by? Miles, kind of.
Yeah,
Right?
Ricardo.
He was there, and I was on the PlayStation one night, and he messaged me. He's like, "You got a PlayStation, don't you?" And I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "You should add me." And I'm like, "I already have. You haven't been online in like 6 months." Because he had a PS3 account kind of thing, and he was playing online with PS3. He's like, "Oh, I had to get a new account because I can't remember the password." And I'm like, "Okay, but your PS3 automatically signs in." He's like, "No, no, no, I got a PS4." I'm like, "Oh, okay." And he's like, "Yeah, but it's not your average PS4. I got the PS4 Pro." And I'm like, "What? Is it out yet?" I still don't know if it's out yet.
So in other words, it's just another.
Well, between the PS4 and the PS4 Pro, same with the Xbox One and the Xbox One S, I think the only difference is they now allow you to output 4K to 4K TV, and I think it's now got, and I think it's got better Wi-Fi in it if you connect to Wi-Fi. Like the normal Wi-Fi is 2.4 gigahertz. You know, anything connects to 2.4 gigahertz.
Yeah.
You've got your most faster and advanced Wi-Fi, which Wi-Fi can handle, which is your 5 gigahertz, and 5 gigahertz is meant to be like harder to crack. I don't know how it all works. Anyway, the PS4 Pro, the Xbox One S, are all meant to have 5 gigahertz. I think 5 gigahertz wireless processor. I think it's got a terabyte or a 2 terabyte hard drive in it. The new video capabilities, like output to 4K, but I think in the PS4 Pro or the Xbox One S, I think they've got a system where if you're outputting to 4K, like you got a 4K TV, like how many people have 4K TVs? Like not many. But say you do get a 4K TV, if the PlayStation or Xbox can't keep up, they have a function called auto scaling. Well, it's not called auto scaling. I'm calling it auto scaling. But what it does is it downscales. Say that it can't output 4K. It downscales to 2K and then re-renders it to the resolution of 4K. And then if it can't do 2K, it'll downscale it to 1080 and render it as 4K on your TV. It looks all stretched out and terrible.
So in other words, it's basically a system to basically make something look like it's something else in graphics.
Not really. It's like think of a computer, right? You got your graphics settings, right? You've got low, medium, and high, and extreme. Sometimes some games have very low, low, medium, high, very high, ultra, or extreme, whatever you want to call it. Depending on the game you're playing, there's all different options. But with your graphics card, if you're losing frames, you've got to physically press escape or your pause button if you're using the controller in a game, go down to your video and downscale it manually. Yeah. See, the way that the PS4 and the Xbox, or I'm just going to say PlayStation and Xbox, like the new feature in them, is like an auto video scaling kind of thing. Yeah. Not too sure how it works.
Well, here's a question that I have to ask. If the fact that PS4 now has PS4 Pro, the question is, why didn't they just wait until they had enough power to actually do the PS4 Pro as a PS4 instead of having to make another system? Unless they decide, hey, these guys are going to be idiots. We're gonna give them what is essentially a PS3 with a slight bit of a modification, and when we actually are done with this thing, we'll actually sell them and we'll call it Pro. Because the fact is, you'd think that updating your console means updating everything to its maximum limit, even if you have to give it maybe an extra year to do its stuff. If instead of being like the Xbox, Microsoft and stuff, and throwing it out immediately as soon as they basically have a shell and some idea of what's going to be in it, then they could work. It could work better. It could be done so that when we look at the how PlayStation continues to grow, it will show that Xbox were only modifying slight small features while not doing any real work.
Mm.
While the PlayStation were making sure that everything that were problematic in the games were being settled and made sure that the I's were dotted and the T's were crossed.
Mm.
So that we don't have any problems with, well, we would have problems with glitches, but it would be more on the lines of the actual game designer.
Well, one thing that, like, any console, like Xbox, Microsoft, PlayStation, what they need to do is just completely dump the idea of having a 500 gig hard drive. I was chatting to a mate the other day, and he was downloading, I think, the new Halo game to his Xbox. And then, because I asked him what he's up to, and he's like, oh, I just downloaded the new Halo game. And I'm like, you're downloading it? He's like, yeah. And I'm like, why didn't you buy the disc? And he's like, the disc wasn't available. Like, the disc wasn't available to buy. It only downloaded content.
I agree. This is a problem with people thinking that no longer creating games with discs is going to become a very big problem, because if, for example, your console crashes or it's deleted,
your hard drive corrupts, or you accidentally delete the game. Like the new Halo game is like 60-70 gig download.
Yeah, imagine if
you don't want to be downloading that 2 or 3 times.
Okay.
If your hard drive crashes.
Okay, imagine if it was like you pay $30 and you get this game, and you got like, I don't know, 10 of these games. So you got $300 worth of game, and it immediately corrupts because, I don't know, maybe something not the console just slightly wrong. That's $300 gone down the drain, and you can't get it back, and you're gonna have to most likely buy the game if you haven't completed it. And yeah, there's gonna be a lot of problems. The fact is, when it comes to games, it's better to have that solid piece of actual digital information on a disc, because even if the console gets bumped, it doesn't say that your disc is going to be damaged completely. Like, there might be a slight alteration, but hey, not everything can be helped, but at least you got a physical contact. Because then you only lose maybe one game at the maximum, because all your other games are in their covers doing nothing.
But adding on top of downloadable content and discs, they need to up their ante with their hard drives. Get rid of this 500 gig bullshit. I bought my PS4, and it's 500 gigabytes, and I'm like, yeah, okay, I got all these downloadable games. I have 60 gig of my hard drive free.
You can't give a gamer a very limited amount of resources to work on, because a gamer wants to get new games. A gamer wants to buy new games. A gamer wants to buy new games and have extra saves, because to have one save for a complicated game like, for example, Skyrim or Fallout,
you're gonna have multiple.
You have to have multiples
saves.
Because you never know if that Deathclaw behind you is actually decided to leave or has glitched right in front of you.
Another thing too, like the Hitman games, right? When I first started playing the Hitman games, I failed a mission so many times that I had a habit of, I would save before I started doing, like a quick save before I started doing what I was going to do, and if it failed, I would reload back. And I'd have like these 20 million different saves, and then right at the end when I completed the mission, I just delete every single one of them except for the end save that saves the game to say I've completed it.
Yeah.
And I got all these 20 million things. But with my desktop PC, as you're saying, like, gamers need the hard drive space to expand, like they want more games.
Yeah.
My games hard drive in my computer, because I have two hard drives. I did have 1 terabytes in my computer to make 2 terabytes, but now I don't. My other terabyte failed for some reason, but I think it's just the SATA cable, which means something to you, but I'll buy a new cable, hopefully it still works. But my games hard drive, like I have a terabyte hard drive and it's got all my games on it.
Yeah.
I have over 800 gig worth of PC games. That's including my Steam store, like all my games on Steam, all my games on Origin. That's including all my Battlefield. So I've got every single Battlefield. I've got, well, not every single one of them. I've got Battlefield 2, and then I've got the Battlefield 2 DLC Special Forces. I can't remember. I've got Battlefield 3, 4, Hardline, and I've got all their DLCs for Battlefield 3, 4. I haven't got all the DLCs for Hardline yet because I don't play it very often. So I'm like, what's the point of wasting money on DLCs? But now I want to get Battlefield 1 because I just looked at it and I'm like, oh, that's freaking amazing. But the only thing is, right, few people turn like in the comments, well, if anyone's, well, not many people are watching live at the moment, but we're live just in case, but people after the video, if you're watching this, send us an email because you listen to us on the iTunes podcast thing. By the way, you can actually do it. If you go to our website, which is currently under maintenance, I should add that right now, it is currently under maintenance.
Yeah.
So it should be finished within the next couple of days, so I apologise for that. Also, in the description, has been changed. Like, there's all new setup in the description. There's all all this random junk anymore. There's actual proper, it's a structure to it now.
Yeah, it's got some form of consistency.
Yes, like, there's...
Anyway, basically what he's talking about,
there's our
having
emails
500, having 500
gigs, like...
gigs on a console is like saying to a basically go have a smorgasbord and you've eaten like beforehand and you're almost completely full. You will try to have something, but the question is how much can you actually manage it?
I know. Like, I've got, even though I've got all these downloadable contents, like I've got 7 Days to Die on PS4, which is taking up like 5-10 gig or something. I've got Call of Duty Advanced Warfare that's taking up like 40 to 50 gigabytes. I've got Paragon, which is another game that I love. Any of you that like Dota, or Dota 2, League of Legends, if you have a PS4 and want the game as that, there's a game called Paragon. It's free to play, but it's first person. Or it's not first person, third person, but it's in the kind of aspect of gameplay with League of Legends and Dota. But instead of you being above the character and you click
it's going to be slightly above.
You move the character, but you're behind the character. Like the camera's like here
so
somewhere.
It's like Smite.
Smite. I don't think I've played it.
Smite is it's like a Dota LOL game where it's sort of like the camera's fixed and basically all the characters are gods. So basically different gods are different. So there's the Indian god of rain, there's the god of two gods of storms, Zeus and Thor. Then you got a whole bunch of different deities and like each of the characters that you play as, their moves are actually sort of tied with their background. And some mistranslated stuff like I think it's the Hindu god of death, which was accidentally translated to Weaver of Life. So there's a lot of stuff like that. And like the stories of that actual deity has some relationship with the actual attacks. Like, for example, there's one deity who makes whose whole moveset is around blood, because her background story is about a big being who, once he got wounded, his blood would turn into soldiers and would attack the person who was fighting.
Oh, that's cool.
And what happened was she ended up getting brought in, and what she had to do was drink the blood as it came out so that they would have a fighting chance. It's a really weird story.
Okay, yeah.
Anyway, so basically, before I start getting into the Smite commentary, by the way, I never played it. I actually had a little bit of a look at it through YouTube. But the fact is, when you have 500 gigabytes and you give it to a gamer and you expect them to have a really good time, it doesn't really give you you don't really know what happens, because you have games which takes a lot of memory, and 500 gigabytes
is roughly...
that's roughly about 3 sandbox games, maybe about 7.
Well, if you take into account what games you're going to be playing, you can kind of utilize your hard drive space correctly, like I've done. Like, I've got 7 Days to Die installed, I've got Nom Nom Galaxy installed, which... Go and play it! Nom Nom Galaxy is so much fun on the PS4. Anyway, Nom Nom Galaxy installed, I've got Call of Duty Advanced Warfare installed, which I will probably uninstall because I've now finished it. But I finished it on Recruit, and then I played Regular, but I want to slowly go up. So, you know, you get harder and harder and harder, like I've done it with all the Call of Duties. Except for Ghost. Ghost was hard enough on Recruit than it was on Thor.
Oh my god.
I'm like, what the hell? This is Recruit! So, yeah. But, I kind of uninstalled it.
Whatever you do, don't play bots on Recruit. Oh my god, they're so tough.
Ghost.
Oh my god. They take up 5...
Well, I don't have Ghosts installed anymore.
Yeah, well, the thing is, you can shoot them with like 50 rounds, shotgun rounds. They won't even drop. But as soon as they smell gunfire, they laser pointer immediately at you, shoot you twice, and kill you immediately. It's hard to use a knife. I don't know why I tried.
It was funny, right? Before I uninstalled Ghosts, I was playing multiplayer, right, on a public match, right? I have no idea what the hell everyone was going on about, right? All I could hear is, who the hell is knifing? I'm the only one with my knife. In the entire match, I was first on the leaderboard around about 10 to 15 odd thousand points, right? I think I got about 30 odd kills to about 7 deaths, and all I was doing was knifing.
Yeah.
I love knifing in Ghosts.
Knifing is fun in all Call of Duties, especially when you're in multiplayer.
The Advanced Warfare, the way you knife in Advanced Warfare, well, you don't have a knife. You punch the living crap out of them.
It depends on what character you have.
To.
It depends on what character you have, because
you only have one character. There's... oh, fucking hell, what's his name? I can't remember, but you lose your hand, and you get a robotic arm. But then you lose it later on in the game, and then...
because plot reasons.
Yeah. But it was weird, right? Playing on Recruit, I can't remember how many times I've died. Playing on Regular, I died a lot less. Because I knew the game.
Yeah.
The more you play, the more you memorize. Like, I got to a point where I was playing Call of Duty Modern Warfare, right? I think it was the first Modern Warfare? Yeah. Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare, that's what it's called, but I got to the point where I was playing single player, like campaign, that many times in the game that I knew exactly where they were spawning. You just keep alive.
Yeah, I know.
I would have been 33 minutes.
I was checking.
33 minutes. We still got 20 minutes. And I was playing that game so many... oh god. Playing it so many times that I memorised where they spawned. And to a point, like I was talking to you about this last night, I would know where they would spawn and I would shoot them.
Oh yeah, that was the armoured guy who apparently... He lost the game by killing an enemy because apparently he was firing at friendlies, apparently.
Like, I was too far in front because I knew where I was going. I was too far in front. of the actual campaign bots kind of things, like your teammate bots that you're meant to follow kind of thing, because it's got the mark of follow, but I'm in front of them because I knew where to go. To a point where there was this dude that I had to kill, and then I knew exactly where he was going to spawn. So I went up there, and I'm like, you know what? I'll kill him quickly. Shoot him a couple of times.
Take care of a problem before it begins.
Yeah, like take care of a problem before it gets out of hand, kind of thing. I shot him, I think it was like 3 or 4 times with the sniper, and it cut up on my screen saying friendly fire would not be tolerated. What the hell? What kind of glitch is that?
And then after that, he let his friends come in,
I let the bots come.
It took about 12 rounds to down the guy, and he had no ammo left. And this is a sniper rifle, by the way.
Yeah, I shot him in the head with my sniper's rifle. I got to a point on my last bullet, it killed him, but it was my last bullet. So I'm like, oh well.
It's like, if I ran in front and, just took him out, that glitch didn't happen, I'm going to call it a glitch, but if that is how it works, then what the hell?
The same with Modern Warfare. Like there was people up on the bridge, right? It got to a point where it's like, oh, RPG. They always say it. It's like, oh, RPG, and then it shoots from the bridge, or whatever it was in one of the Call of Duties. I think it's Modern Warfare or Modern Warfare 2 or 3. I can't remember, but it's on the PC. And I got to a point where I'm just like, yep, I'll shoot him and take care of him. And the same thing happened. Like, this was ages ago, and then I'm like, I wonder if they fixed it. So I tried to shoot the big dude, but I didn't think about it, like, oh, will it actually work? But no, it didn't. Friendly fire will not be tolerated. And the same thing happened back when I was first playing Call of Duty. It's like friendly fire will not be tolerated, and I'm like, but he's an enemy. If I let all my teammates come in and spawn correctly, I can kill him almost instantly. But I can't kill him before that. Kind of weird.
Yeah. And that brings a question as well to how their health works. Like, okay, so one person against this, well, he's got a lot of health. Okay, 4 people, better put that gigantic lead-filled bunker chest plate on.
One really odd as well. What is it? You, probably your captain, and 2 support, and probably some random NPC that always dies kind of thing. So there's 5 people in your team going up an army, and you win every single game. There's only 5 people, and to a point in Advanced Warfare, there's only 3 of us, and we kill the entire base.
Okay, here's a question. Are you using guerrilla tactics?
Nope, just following orders.
Are you just charging in blindly shooting?
Nope.
Okay, so you plan?
Nope.
I am so confused right now because I asked, are you using guerrilla tactics? No. Well, I'm not using the stealth approach.
Nope.
Okay. So you're not going in guns firing willy-nilly?
Nope.
No. So you haven't been instructed how to get to certain...
Oh, I just follow the dude and just shoot enemies. The thing is, right, in one mission...
So in other words, it's a giant escort mission then?
Technically. There's one mission in Advanced Warfare. There's 4 of us up against an entire base. We win. We escape. Because we're trapped in this prison.
It's only because
There's
the
4 of
plot
us.
says so.
Yeah, it's only because the storyline says
It's
so.
only because the prophecy said it, written in golden on a tablet of ruby.
And what I think is really weird, right? A bad dude, right? Which he hires you because you lose your arm and he gives you a prosthetic, and he's like, yeah, you give you a second chance. Towards the end of the game, he's like the people, right? His top agents, like top military people, kind of thing, failed so miserably, kind of thing. And I'm like, how fucking dare you, kind of thing. I'm like, we tried our best. And then he breaks my arm, like breaks my prosthetic arm. And then I'm like, yeah, okay. And it's just 4 of
Is
us.
that the one where it's like you're trying to get back in your base that you used to work at, and then you get like
Yeah, it is.
knocked out, and
Yeah.
apparently, you've been under so many gunfire fights that you think you'd hear some footsteps before stepping into a doorway and getting immediately hit in the face, or at least hearing something behind that door that's going to swing over and inevitably hit you.
It's funny, right? In the mission where you lose your arm, he's like, with only one arm, you won't be reloading, so keep an eye on your ammo. Okay, sure, I pick up a gun. The first gun you pick up is a sidearm, like a handgun. You pick up a handgun, it's got like 9, 10 bullets, but sometimes 12, depending on who you get it from, which NPC you get it from.
I think it's really nice that the NPC actually reloads just before they
It's
die.
funny, right? I was there, I was hiding behind a corner, I was looking at this NPC. He was shooting. He didn't stop. I finally killed him, and I picked up his gun, and it still had like 40 ammo in it. I'm like, okay, that's weird. The hell?
There you are, you daft bastard. You finally finished loading your unleashing your load all over this wall. Why are you doing that?
But, like, I'd pick up other guns from other NPCs, and then I barely have any ammo in it, like 7 or 8. Oh, excuse me.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay. But it's to a point where, if you run out of ammo, the other dude that you're with, because it was 4 of you, then it went down to 2, and then it went to an army of 3 because the other dude died. Unfortunately, so anyway, I would run out of ammo, and it's like, well, you're out of ammo, time to improvise. I'm like, dude, I've got a fucking knife. What am I gonna do with it? Am I gonna improvise? Yeah, there's like 4 of them left.
Do you know something? I would like to see like a challenge where it's like you only use a knife through the campaign. You only use a knife. Like
It's gonna be impossible.
Like you only use a knife and grenades and flashbangs. Okay, so you've got
It's
tactical.
impossible because in Advanced Warfare there are certain missions where you have to shoot. Like one mission where you are overlooking a interview or a meeting or something, right?
I mean, like if you have to, you can, but you only get that one shot.
Well, in that entire mission. Yes.
Until that section of the mission where you actually have to shoot
Oh,
something.
so physically, if you're walking around and shooting, you can only use your knife.
You can only use knife grenades and tacticals, but if it's a cutscene sort of deal where you have to actually use a gun, you can use a gun, but you make sure you use as minimum ammo. That would make a really interesting achievement.
I found an achievement the other day. I can't remember what it's called, but I got it very weirdly. I can't remember what it's called, so I can't really tell you how.
How did you get it?
I was in one of the Advanced Warfare missions. You have to stop a rocket from launching. I was in like the mech suit kind of thing. Like they give you a mech suit, and well, I don't know. It's like I was going through the mission, and then I didn't even realise that I got the achievement. It's when I went into my when I clicked in my capture gallery. It's where all your videos and screenshots and achievement screenshots happen. And I was going through it, and I found it there, and I'm like, the hell did I get this? But I can't remember what it's called and how I got it. But it was during that mission. So.
Do you know what would be an interesting name for the thing that I described?
What?
Stick and balls. Because you're nice to stick.
Yeah.
Or you could name it big leagues.
Well, in Advanced Warfare, you don't have normal grenades. You have smart grenades.
You have multi-tactical grenades that can change to whatever.
Yeah,
you
right. You've got your other button is
You've got stun confusion. You got
Yeah.
decoy and
no, not decoy. You got EMP, flash.
how about the technology
one
that?
more.
Now, imagine if they used all the technology in that game. Just ask the question: how much money did they blow on the stuff that they created?
Yeah.
Like literally, they have a. You would have known about the sound line thing, the thing that turns off the sound in the area.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be so suspicious when after like you're having a conversation and then halfway through a conversation it just goes dead quiet? Wouldn't you like suspect something's up?
No. The way it works, right? If they're in the middle of a conversation, the way it works is when it goes off, it's silent outside the bubble. Inside the bubble is quieter, kind of thing. Or it's loud outside the bubble and it's quieter inside. But if we're still having a conversation...
Yeah, but I'm talking about like enemies inside the bubble. Like wouldn't it just be weird?
They wouldn't notice. The only thing is like, why'd you start whispering? Kind of thing. I don't even know if the mic picked that up.
It's like, okay, Johnny, it's about time. We better get ready to do this.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that become very suspicious if that just happened? Like, maybe you dropped a glass or something, and just as it hit, it went off. And it's like...
Honestly,
oh, fuck!
Honestly, I have no idea how the hell it works.
Oh, what it does is it creates a white sound, which is at a certain frequency that makes all the other sounds lower. So it basically...
But you can shoot and throw grenades and they just sound like a little pop gun. It's like if you shoot...
Yeah, because...
If you shoot a Nerf gun at a wall, that's a sound.
Yeah, because it alters the frequency of the actual noise that's produced in the sound. So it's sort of like water, except not a water body. Like, for example, noise moves in different solidity and mass. So what the thing would be
Doesn't
is
it move
like
faster in water than anything else?
Yes, it does. But the fact is that created a thing that no longer allows the noise to move through the air, maybe to like some electricity or scattering, or like the fourth state of matter, which is plasma. Maybe it like creates small amounts of plasma, so it's slower to hear, because you know you would still hear it, but you'd have to wait a while to actually hear it.
Well, as I was saying earlier, you've got two types. You've got, your left button, not your trigger, your button, and then you've got your right button, and then on your right button, if you hold it down, you've got your smart grenade, you've got an impact or contact grenade, so as soon as it hits, it explodes.
So in other words,
and you've got a normal frag, which you throw it, a few seconds later, boom. So...
Yeah, but the question is, why didn't they just set it up so that smart grenades did everything instead of only doing the...
Your smart grenades, when you throw it right, it locks onto someone. But if it can't lock onto someone, it follows your sight, kind of thing. Like, I threw one, and it didn't lock onto any, and I found someone, and I started shooting, and it...
Does the smart grenade explode?
When it hits someone, yeah.
So
if it's just in the air, it'll fly around to find someone, or you direct it.
Now, I'm trying to say, but I know this is going to be totally wrong in the appearance. So it's like having a choir of mice. If you decide to, like, I don't know, go to the ammo thing, grab a whole bunch of grenades, throw it down, grab a whole bunch of grenades, throw it down.
Well, to a point, there was this one mission, there was an ammo, not really a box, but a bag, and you got ammo from it. I threw me 4 smart grenades, I got ammo, threw another 4, grabbed ammo, threw another 4, grabbed ammo, threw my last 4 and grabbed ammo, walked out, and the campaigned NPC, they're like, come on, let's go, coast is clear. I killed everyone with my smart grenade.
Yeah, anyway, what I'm saying is basically you have a choir of explosive mice basically following you, and like every time it sees something that slightly resembles not your colour, it just
Yeah.
boom! The question is, what would happen if you accidentally stepped on that grenade?
I don't know.
Or someone, hacked the system and, altered the system so that your smoke grenades attack you. Like at the ending, where there's a whole bunch of, like, freaking crow and crow hacking, which was weird. At the end where they're hacking the system of the guy. Wouldn't it be much more easy to just hack this small, very, very very, very amazing grenade that can find an enemy, not saying who's the enemy, and will immediately shoot itself like a freaking guided missile straight at him and detonate. Let's not forget you can carry 4 of them, so...
Yeah. Well, I think you carry 4 of every tactic, so you carry 4 lethals and 4 tacticals.
Yeah.
And then you also carry a knife, a sidearm, and your primary. But what I really enjoy about the Call of Duty games is your handgun or your secondary can be changed in anything. Like, in multiplayer, you have to physically have the perk to have 2 primary weapons.
At the beginning. So.
Yeah, but in campaign, you can have any gun you like. You can have your primary as a handgun and your secondary as a big gun.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. Like, it's kind of weird.
My favourite way of playing the multiplayer, just to be frank, I basically go with like maybe the shittiest pistol, or maybe a pistol that can do slight damage, but like like the executioner, and then have the knife, and that's it. Like I have to actually go and pick up that weapon if I need it, and it's actually fun to play as a scavenger because you can run. You shoot some guy with a shotgun. You pick up his assault rifle mid-air, like some amazing action hero. Shoot down 3 guys, run to the last guy, pick up his gun. I like it because you can sort of chain the weapons, and like if you get to the right way, you're like getting good guns, and you keep getting good guns, and when you get that shit gun, you immediately kill someone with a knife and get to pick up their gun.
Well, my favourite guns, like all together, my favourite gun would be I think it'll be the AWCR as a primary, and the M1911 as my handgun. That is my perfect weapon loadout.
Yeah, M911 is actually overpowered.
The M1911 handgun is overpowered. Battlefield 4. I know all Battlefields have it. I was playing Battlefield 4 the other day with Dad. And my handgun's the M1911, and Dad uses a Deagle or some other handgun or whatever. Not the M1911.
Basically,
the same person might rate of fire, or not the same person, 2 people, Dad was shooting one and I was shooting the other. My rate of fire killed him first, and I could still kill that person Dad was shooting faster than he could kill his first.
Yeah, because you basically equip yourself with a hand cannon if you go with a Deagle.
Yeah, and then you gotta wait, you gotta go bang, and then you gotta
bang.
and then I'm just here to bang, 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 bang.
Well, it wouldn't be much of a hard thing if you ended up like McCree, who just goes boom, 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 boom.
Oh, yeah.
And that's why first-person shooters always have ammo limits.
I think any game, right? If you pick up a game or a game has weapons in it, there shouldn't be unlimited ammo. Same with like the big miniguns that you're on, like in helicopters or like stationary on like a brick wall.
But
and you pick them up, they're unlimited.
yeah,
But they're not. You just try and shoot one of them in real life, you're gonna run out of fucking ammo.
really quickly.
Yeah. Like, why isn't the game? They don't have an ammo limit, but they have overheating. Shoot for too long, it overheats, and you gotta wait. So it's like every time it overheats, you might as well just reload the bloody thing.
Do you know what's funny? I'm amazed they don't have like a bottle of water just to like cool down the barrels, because that's what they used to do when the gun overheated. They actually used to pour like water, or in extreme cases, their own piss on the gun to cool it down. So just imagine like that heating section and like being able to rapidly press your reload button to like pour water or something on it.
Yeah.
To cool it down.
Well, I was watching this movie the other day, like a war movie, and there was the minigun, right? And they load them kind of thing. Back in World War, there wasn't the massive clips. There was this thing that you had to manually or have someone to manually feed it in for you to make sure it goes in correctly. And he was there, and he had a special glove because when he picked it up, the barrel was so hot, and he had this glove. He didn't have the glove, and he got burnt with it. But the thing is, even in movies, right? You look at some movies, right? You see them shooting, and then sometimes they forgot to edit out some frames, and in certain frames you can see like the little thing pop back, and then the next frame it's forward again, and he's still shooting. And then it's really weird. I'm like, why movies? Like, why?
Because they get millions of dollars to put out almost the exact same thing each month.
Like the game.
Sorry to say, but Hollywood hasn't exactly had a idea of creativity for the last.
Who cares?
16 years.
Who cares? But right, between movies and games, right, that's what we're getting at. We're not going off topic. Between movies and games have a point of unlimited ammunition, right, in some guns. Movies have a point where you don't have to reload at all.
Yeah, well, the fact is, video games I know that most people who like movies more than they like games are going to go completely ballistic. But the fact is, the movie genre is basically dead. Because video games are the superior entertainment. Why, you ask, is because it's personalised.
Yeah.
More fleshy. You feel like that guy. Instead of imagining that guy in the movie that you are that guy, you get to be that guy. That's why video games have been so great. And that's why kids these days will play the same game after playing it for so many hours, and will not even just go to the movies, because why would you?
Yeah.
You're making your own personalised movie.
Right. Well, I'll wrap up.
Right.
Because it's towards the end, and like the video will wrap up. So, what's one thing that we can end on? Movies and games, they need to up the game. Like, no more unlimited ammo in like all these big guns,
Oh, I don't mind it. It's an alright mechanic when it's needed. It has to be within like small sections. Like, for example, there's always going to be that turret section, some first-person shooter, there always is. But you need that unlimited ammo because you don't want to be reloading halfway through a gunfight.
Yeah. Okay, another thing. Movies, stop editing out, reloading. Come on. What's the point? What's another thing? Never play Dying Light on your own. That's another point.
Yep. They need to fix up their storage capacity on consoles.
Storage capacity on consoles.
And
Fix Gravity No Man's Sky. Or just fix the game altogether, for fuck's sake.
I'm not going to say it because he will get annoyed because he wants to actually see the ending of it, and that is
Of what?
the campaign of No Man's Sky.
Yeah.
It was very anticlimactic.
Okay. What else did we talk about? We talked about... That was it.
Yeah. Anyway, this has been Game for Australia. I have been the Fez.
I've been UnDead, and we will join you in
The next
3 hours.
In the
It'll
next
be
podcast.
4 p.m. Australian Eastern Daylight Time. We still have savings? Yes? Australian Eastern Daylight Time, whatever. If you just type in 4 p.m. Australian to...
We'll be
then
back by 4.
your
In
time zone,
Australia.
you'll know what time it is, but usually we're going to create the event right after this ends, so just look at our channel. It'll be upcoming events, and then it should say your time when you click on it, or it'll say what time it is.
Anyway,
So,
we will be back.
we'll be back in three
Soon.
and a half hours.
We'll be
4
back in
hours.
time. So,
Yeah. Radio.
alright.
Bye.
Later.
Woo. A little end credit here. Stop broadcast.